So not long after that, my mother comes to us, and 5 years prior, she had told us that she had contracted breast cancer. Now, she'd been fighting it and doing well and had been in remission, but it came back, and she said, I'm going to have to start treatments again, and she did. Well, one of the days, she came back to us and said, I've been having some issues. Turns out it's not just the cancer. I've got 3 blockages in my heart, and they've given me a choice. Either I stop the treatments, the chemo treatments, and have the surgery for my heart, or if I don't, I'll have a heart attack, or I can risk not having the surgery until the chemo's over, and then I can have the heart surgery. But if I do, if I elect to stop and have the surgery, then the cancer could come back and spread. So they chose to have this heart surgery, and everything seemed well. Well, one day I was working up in my sales territory. I was right outside of Memphis, and I remembered that my parents were in Memphis going to a cancer doctor's appointment for my mother. Now, my mother always wanted me around, but again, I was too selfish. When I was single, I'd go to Thanksgiving and get out of there right after dinner. I'd go to Christmas and get out of there right after dinner because there was always a party to get back to. There was always something I was going to miss out on. And so I'd moved away from my mother and my father. They had retired back down to where they came from in Mississippi. They built a retirement home. They were trying to sell their house in Memphis, but they hadn't done that yet, so they were going back and forth. So all their doctors were still there in Memphis. So I remember this all of a sudden. I'd never been to a doctor's appointment with my mother. That was my sister's jobs. I have an older and a younger. They knew everything. They would inform me, so I didn't feel I had to go and be present. Well, this one day, the Lord moves my heart and reminded me my mother was in this appointment. So I just go up there to this West Clinic, and to be honest with you, it was probably to skip work part of the day. And I go in there, and I ask, is Miss Edwards in here? I'm her son. They said, yeah, she's in room whatever. I go back there, and I walk in, and my mother's like, John, what are you doing here? It's so great to see you. What a surprise. Oh, my gosh, what a blessing. And my father was his usual jovial self. Son. Yeah, that was his answer. So I looked at him and said, Dad, and we start talking, and the next thing you know, my mother's hugging me, and she's just like got a tear in her eye. She's so overjoyed to see me. Well, then this doctor walked in, and I knew it was her doctor because my sisters had described me to her, or described her to me. Red hair, beautiful woman. So she comes in, and she says, hi, it's good to see everybody. You must be John. I've heard a lot about you. I'm Dr. So-and-so. I'm sorry. I'm glad to meet you, but I'm sorry it's under these circumstances. And so all of a sudden, everybody's face kind of dropped a little bit. She said, Miss Edwards, we knew if you stopped to have the heart surgery, there was a chance that cancer could come back and spread, and I'm sorry to say that it has. She said in that short amount of time, it spread from your breast into your lymph nodes, into your lungs, and into your brain. You have anywhere between 2 weeks to a month to live.